Hi, I'm Justin Roberts, and I want to talk about paraeducators and special ed teachers can assess students. We're talking about our students with special needs, and they need a modified classroom. They need some modifications for the general ed classes they take. And we need to look at assessment ways. So where are these students going to be? They're going to be in their high school. They're going to be in their specialized classroom for life skills. There also will be in a mock apartment. They will have a chance to work maybe a student job. Maybe they have a cafe, student's coffee shop that they can work in to learn occupational skills. They may even go out for job training where they have a job coach, and that job coach is going to observe that student in a volunteer. The third location would be in a regular general ed classroom where they would take a regular class with other students and be on a modified program for that student. Basically, it'd be a pass-fail class for that student. So comprehension can be at different levels for our students. You could have a student on a little bit lower spectrum and a little bit higher spectrum in functioning. And each assessment can vary in terms of what you can gather about that student, and if they are really taking in the information about that subject matter. One thing about comprehension is that it can be a combination of behavior and cognitive skills for each student that's displayed and observed by the teachers and the paraeducators. It helps a teacher know how well a student is understanding the topics being taught. With this population, assessment is confined to that academic evaluation of how a student has retained information. For them, this population, the social and the social cognitive, have a bigger influence on their assessment. This is reflective on some of the class schedules. Some students may have an hour out of the day for a general education class with other students outside of their life skills program. General education classes could be electives or core classes like a history class. Some classes might be a modified math class or English class with an academic support teacher helping out the student with a modified program. Students can take these classes, pass or fail, to allow them a chance to participate in class and be around other students. The general education classes will use many of the school's LMS. On the LMS, the Learning Media System Management System, it will house the quizzes, the tests, and the study guides or videos for students to watch and take for that class. Special education would need to have extra time working on these just due to comprehension and delay in processing the information. These tests help evaluate the student's progress in a class. Certain classes may have demonstrations for the student to perform, such as if they're taking a CPR and first aid class, the student would need to display how they would perform first aid and CPR on a mannequin for the teacher to mark off completion for. In life skills class, they would learn about personal information that they would learn to write down. They would understand how to handle money and math skills. In a mock apartment, students can learn how they can work together in a kitchen how they can do laundry, and just learn how to clean a room. Students that work in like the student cafe would be able to learn how to follow recipes and prepare the ingredients for their coffee shop. They'd learn how to make the ingredients, how they'd order them. What happens is you have some occupational skills there of how you would work at a restaurant, but you also have some soft skills, the customer service side of things. What you have is you have different ways that we can assess the students outside of the typical ways of evaluative and cumulative testing of assessments for students on their comprehension of a class. Assessments for special needs students would come in the form of observations of a student, and how a student handles themselves can be formative for a teacher. As students change personality, as they take in the information or how they don't take in the information, can determine what the next step or approach the teacher would take in terms for that day, maybe month or week, or what extra steps can be put in place to help a student understand what the teacher needs them to know.